entitlement. Introducing in the ring from parts unknown, weighing in a combined weight of 432 pounds, the Southeastern Tag Team Champions, the Nightmares. Their opponents now entering the ring, first of all from Georgia, 220 pounds, Chris Jarvis, and his partner from Marietta, Georgia, 235 pounds, Steve Armstrong. 1 minute time limit.
Well, you're here right now. The Nightmares are very upset with Steve Armstrong in the ring. They know that he's 1/3 of the Rat Patrol, and they got their competition cut out for him here today on Southeastern Wrestling.
You know, I'm not quite sure that this is all fair and kosher. They, according to the Nightmares, they did not sign a contract to wrestle one of the Rat Patrol on television. Now, this is typical of Southeast Promotions' sneaky tactics.
Let me take that back, Ash. You know, by the rules of the National Wrestling Alliance, Southeastern Wrestling, when your opponent does not show up, the promotion has the right to pick or send anybody they want to in that match.
But you know, it's not morally fair, because when you set yourself psyched to wrestle one man and they put another one in, it's not right. See, that's an example of that. They're not psyched for him right now.
Mr. Ash, I can feel that you take a little side towards the Nightmares, and as myself, I'm independent. I just look towards any one of them.
You're trying to say you call it as you see it. Well, I think you have a slight liberal bias on your side, my man. No, don't mean anything bad by it, but that's the way I see it. You know, I call myself a professor because I have what I consider the doctorate of a wrestling science. And I spent 13 years in this business, 11 years playing football, wrestling, track, and this team of the Nightmares, in my opinion, is very possibly the best tag team in professional wrestling worldwide today.
No doubt about that. We have to say they are the Southeastern Tag Team Champions. Without that, they would not be holding that title as long as they've held it.
This is true, not only here, but in all parts of the world. These men have been successful as a team for 5 years. Now, Steve Armstrong.
You see how alert the Southeastern wrestling fans are. They're right behind the Rat Patrol. They're behind Bob Armstrong. And you have to say one thing. When you say an Armstrong, I know there are lots of big things being happened to an Armstrong. Things coming up here in the next few weeks.
Well, that's one point I would like to elaborate on a little bit. This young Steve Armstrong is an Armstrong, which means he is a top athlete, and he is learning very fast this very, very intricate business of professional wrestling.
There's a good tag by the Nightmares. Full body slam.
That's one of the keys to the Nightmares' success, is they're very good at tagging. They know how each other think. They've got the same strategy and psychology. They tag in and out, keep the fresh men in, keep the man beat down, keep him tired out, keep him worn down, keep him where he can't think and get his wits about it. And that's what they're doing right now.
That's right. They definitely are a good team. You tell that they know what each one of them is going to do. Every move they make out there, they're
beautiful drop kick. Okay, right on the button, man.
Again, there he snatches his opponent up there. The tag is made. Okay, now he's got a 4 count right there.
And then notice they got it in before the 4 count, so that was legal.
That's right. You know, I have to say, lots of times I do when I'm official in there. Again, there he is.
Now with the double clothesline, ooh, they caught him good. Drop an elbow on him. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Now see, that's that teammanship of these men.
Okay, there you go. That is. There's both men.
Now they're going to teach their Armstrong a lesson. They're going to teach him a lesson, I can tell you that.
That's not fair. That's 2-on-1 there.
I don't care, 2-on-1. They're going to teach this young man a...
Ash is going to, I can't say, Ash is in the ring. 3-on-1. Pandemonium has broke loose here on Southeastern Wrestling. Steve Armstrong. The rest of the Rat Patrol. 6 men in the ring. That's what you say when you see Southeastern Wrestling. You see some of the finest action in the world. They're going to have to be some order restored here. Again, on the floor, Ash and them. It leaves the Rat Patrol in the ring.
Match here on Southeastern Wrestling. One fall TD time remaining. Introducing first from parts unknown, weighing in at 205 pounds, the Superstar. His opponent from Marietta, Georgia, weighing in at 235 pounds, the Continental Heavyweight Champion, Bob Armstrong. 1 fall. TV time remains.
Yeah, this is a 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. Bob Armstrong versus the superstar. There he goes back into a spin and an armbar. Into the rope. The referee calls for the break. One thing you're looking at, Bob Armstrong, who is the top contender for the World's Heavyweight Championship. Ric Flair is on his way to the south and the eastern area, and I know he will be defending his belt. Lots of people definitely claims that Bob Armstrong is the uncrowned World Heavyweight Champion. Again, lock up. Back into the ropes. The referee calls for the a break. One thing on Southeastern Wrestling, you'll see some of the best competition. You'll see some of the championship matches. And then, again, he goes in the ropes. The referee calls for the break. Again, lock up. Back into the corner. The referee calls for the break. And punch to the stomach. Snout mare. Inside. Now he's got Bob. He's got Bob in trouble now. Inside. Again, there you can hear the fans in the background picking up, go, Bob, go. There's Bob with that famous karate. Inside. That's one thing Bob is very known of in professional wrestling. He's known all over the country, not only here in the southeastern area, but in Oklahoma City, Houston, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia. Anywhere you hear it, you've heard of Bob Armstrong. And that's why he is one. There again, shot him in. He definitely got the sleeper on him. Again, the referee goes in. The referee's checking. This is one thing that will gain Bob Armstrong the world's heavyweight champion. Again, the referee calls for the bell. And the winner of the match, Bullet Bob Armstrong. Again, the referee's asking Bob to wake him up from the sleeper like we mentioned a couple weeks ago. Along with the man, he said it can cause brain damage because it cuts off the circulation to the brain. That little slap on the back of the neck gets the blood circulating again to the brain. And the winner of that match, Bob Armstrong. Now,
40 pounds from Harpersville, Alabama. Would you welcome the Raging Bull, Randy Barber. And ladies and gentlemen, here's a partner weighing in at 225 pounds from Paris, Arkansas. Here is Bill Ash. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents making their way to ringside at a combined weight of 443 pounds. Back together again. Here are the Rat Patrol Incorporated, Johnny Rich and Steve Armstrong, the Rat Patrol. 1 fall, 20-minute time limit. Your referee, Alan Martin.
And Steve Armstrong moving out against Bill Ash and Randy Barber. And this should prove to be quite a test for both tag team combinations. Our referees tonight, by the way, Dave Jason and Alan Martin. Dave Jason and Alan Martin are our referees. Good clean break. Moves away from Steve Armstrong. All right, they circle each other. Armstrong moves in, collar and elbow. And it's Ash pulling him back into the ropes. The referee calls for the break. Irish whip off the ropes. Good rolling reverse there by Steve Armstrong. Almost had Ash in a pinning combination and very quickly backs away. Referee stepping in between them. Tag is made with the Raging Bull, Randy Barber. Tremendous crowd here at the Boutwell Auditorium in Birmingham, Alabama. Hip lock takedown by Barber, but Armstrong had the head scissors. Barber slips away from it. Complains to the referee about Armstrong pulling on the trunks. Nothing could be further from the truth. Headlock by Armstrong. Keeps that side headlock. Barber's got some problems. Barber fires him off. Caught with a good shoulder smash coming off the ropes. And a wing over takedown by by Steve Armstrong. Beautiful series of wingovers. As Johnny Rich is now in the ring, having tagged up with Steve Armstrong. Ash complaining on the outside of the ring, but to no avail. Wow, drives that knee into the biceps and triceps of Randy Barber. Tag is made, and Johnny Rich backs away. Johnny Crash Rich got one in the side of the jaw by Bill Ash, and Ash now Irish whip reversed by Johnny Crash Rich, and it's Rich with a good high backdrop.
Hello, Gordon. You happy to see us?
Well, as you can hear, the Nightmares have joined me, the tag team champions, and gentlemen, you're seeing the Wreck Patrol in action.
No, we're not. We're seeing Bill Ash in action. Look at it. You don't see nothing. Look at the Riches. Look at Armstrong out there. They're getting their brains beat out. That right there is wrestling his fist. Oh, that's an illegal move right there. Look at Rich using his fist and everything. Look, isn't that horrible? There's no way to be wrestling.
5 minutes has expired, and the Nightmares, well, I think, gentlemen, your jubilation might be a little ill-conceived.
No way, no way. We are ecstatic. We're always happy. I can see right now that Johnny Rich and Steve Armstrong are back together in a tag match. So, baby, they don't have it anymore. Do you understand? We took the fire out of them, Gordon Soley. When we hurt Johnny Rich, we took the fire out of their tag team. They're trying to put it back together, but they just don't have it, do they, partner? I'm not even sure they ever had it. They never had it, babe. They couldn't beat us with the Riches. They couldn't beat us with the Armstrong. They can't beat us with any combination. They've thrown everything they can at us, and they can't do it. They cannot accept the fact that we are the superior tag team, not in this area, not in the nation, but in the world today. And it's only a matter of time before the world tag team champions.
Well,
Matter of time. Look at there he goes. I'll do it for you, Gordon, because the man's using his fist.
Steve Armstrong ripped across the eyes by Bill Ash. Ash showing marks of a desperate man now. Caught him. Good lariat coming off the ropes, have to admit that.
Perfectly legal move, right, Gordon?
Legal, baby. Perfectly legal.
Can't argue about that.
Like I said before, he's a professor, right? He's got so many degrees, they call him Dr. Fahrenheit. The man just knows everything about the ring. He uses every inch of the ring to his ability. He knows how to use it to his advantage.
Beautiful knee, driven to the midsection of the side of the rib cage of the Raging Bull, Randy Barber.
One of the toe, you know it was. There was no knee. There's an illegal tag right there.
Gentlemen,
Well, we just want everybody to know that we're looking forward to getting back in the ring at the Rat Patrol, and we'll defend these titles against them anywhere because, see, we prove we're the superior tag team. We are the best tag team, and there's no one that can beat us. We prove that time and time again, Gordon.
you don't care if you face Johnny and Tommy Rich or if you face Steve Armstrong and Johnny Rich or Tommy Rich. Doesn't make any difference.
Right. It doesn't make any difference, Mr. Soley, because no matter who we face across that ring, we are going to come out victorious because we are the better tag team. Our speed and agility far supersedes anything they can throw at us. We are by far the very best tag team ever put on a pair of masks. And Bill Ash, before too long, I'll make a prediction that Bill Ash is going to be the next junior heavyweight champion.
All right, well, we'll find out what happens.
I'm glad you got to talk to us. We'll talk to you later. It's been a pleasure, Gordon. All yours.
Thank you, gentlemen, indeed. The Nightmares. And right now, Ash has got his hands full. The Raging Bull, Randy Barber, started to come in and changes his mind as he watched Armstrong start to move into the ring. Johnny Rich now in a series of good shoulder smashes into the midsection. Ash in trouble. Irish whip. Ooh, Ash caught him. Stunned him with an elbow that time. Rich driven up against the ropes, and he's in trouble now. Snapmare takes him back to the canvas. And this Ash, look at that double toe. He takes a lot of punishment. Comes right back for more. Makes the tag of the Raging Bull. Rich now exploding on the Raging Bull and on Bill Ash. Johnny Rich makes it over, makes the tag. And And it is Steve Armstrong charging in there. We've got all four of them in the ring at the same time. Action on all fronts now. Some quick double teaming there with a good lariat. He hooks the far leg, a lateral press. Ash left the ring. Ash left the ring as they caught him with a beautiful lariat. And that was the beginning of the end. And now let's turn it over to our ring announcer for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the time of 10 minutes and 4 seconds, the fall of the match for the Continental Incorporated. One fall, 15-minute time limit. First of all, introducing in the ring at 225 pounds from Lake Charles, Louisiana, here is Larry Clark. And ladies and gentlemen, making his way to ringside from the Tennessee Stud Stables, he weighs in at 230 pounds, parts unknown. Here is Mr. Class. Your referee, Judge Dave Jason, one fall, 15-minute time limit.
All right, Mr. Class moving into the ring now, getting set to move out against Larry Clark. A one-fall match. Mr. Class, and got something very interesting to talk to you about. After this match is over, I'll be having Tommy Wildfire Rich here with me on the set, and we've got a lot of interesting things to talk about. And Tommy Rich has got about 20,000 good reasons to want to talk about it. Side headlock by Mr. Class. Mr. Class caught him. Good shoulder smash up and over his man. Clark was ready at that time, and Mr. Class thought about it again. Brother, this man Clark is after him, and Mr. Class outside the ring. He came from nowhere in a beautiful drop kick. Clark right after him again. Good Irish whip by Clark as Mr. Class in trouble. Class retaliated. Brought him with an elbow. And Clark jammed into that turnbuckle. That stunned him. Mr. Class brings him up. High vertical suplex. And missed with that elbow. But comes right back on him, a looping right hand to the side of the jaw. Class gets that, brings him up again. Use the rope. Use the rope as an extra springboard. And then caught Class under the ear. Jams Class into the, or Clark rather, into the turnbuckle. Snapmare by Mr. Class. And a boot into the chest. Knee lift to the side of the head. Clark in a lot of trouble here. Yeah, Mr. Class has been doing just that. He's been outclassing his man. Clark got off to a very, very good start. But Class held back. Now another snapmare takes Clark back to the canvas. Ooh. Clark saw it coming, turned his head, tried to roll out of the way, but too late. Mr. Class. And a very, very weak attempt to catch him in the midsection by Clark, as he's had a lot of wind taken out of his sails, taken a lot of percussion. Class down across his throat once again. And almost nonchalantly, a little bit too nonchalantly, he can't believe it. He thought he had the man beat, but Clark has got good second effort. He is a gritty young competitor. Got him with the elbow again. Well, Johnny Rich back in action, and gorgeous Jimmy Golden out of action. Clark ducks away. Got him with a good high cross-body block, but Class scurried away from that one. Class right back on him, and again, a forearm across the chest. The forearm, well, really a rabbit punch in the back of the head. Clark fires back and rocks Class. Rocks him again, and Clark showing some fine second effort here. Clark catches him with a knee lift, then gets the side headlock. Class fires him away. Class drove him into the ropes. Changed his direction on that one. There's that DDT.
Gone in the match, 5 minutes gone.
Caught him. Caught him with that DDT. And for the official word, here's our ring announcer.
In the time of 5 minutes and 1 second, the ball and the match go to the Tennessee Stud Stable, Mr. Class. Class.
I'm going to take a moment right now to bring out my good friend Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Gordon, what is going on, baby? You doing all right?
Can't complain a bit in the world, Tommy. I said earlier that you had about 20,000 good reasons for coming out here.
Yes, sir, I sure do, Gordon. Somebody say something about it. It sure do feel good, too, to be right here in Birmingham where I won this money and be right here with all the people. $20,000. You know, it was a big night for me in Birmingham. And I love all these people out here, too, Daddy.
Now, let me ask you this, Tommy. And, of course, I saw what happened, as I'm sure many of the people right here saw what happened. It was not done. You had a tag team partner who certainly was not a partner.
Well, no, sir, Gordon. Sometimes in professional wrestling, I'd much rather have Johnny as a partner, but sometimes that don't happen, and you got to do the best you can. And like you said, this man, Mr. World Class, the man under the mask, could end up him and me in the ring and his partners. And you know, like I said, I didn't want him as a partner, but at the time, $20,000, a man got to do what he got to do.
All right, I'll tell you what, let's do it. For those of you out there right now, take a look in your monitors. We're looking at the closing moments of this $20,000 triple chance two-ring battle royal. And right here, you've got yourself a world of problems.
Yes, right there, Gordon. You can see the guy World Class right here. You seen him reaching down to his tights right there. He had loaded the mask up, and he hit me in the head. I was down, and that's supposed to be my partner. And, of course, right here, you later into the match where he's putting the boots to me, you know. And so, I mean, what you going to do? Right there, I was kind of out of my mind right there. That's my partner beating me up. So what's a man supposed to do?
Well, that's it. The whole thing in a nutshell is that here is a man who was out apparently to be everybody's partner but yours.
Well, you know, I mean, it goes back to Ron Fuller. Ron Fuller talking about this is one of his studs in his stall, or he's in his stall. And I knew that when I got in the ring, but when I turned around, he hit me in the head. I was down, and I guess they thought they had the best of me.
All right, well, of course, that did not prove to be the case, obviously, by the fact that you're holding that check for $20,000. All right, here's where you're in a lot of trouble now. And again, everybody's taking a shot at you.
Yes, sir, Gordon, but, you know, just like I was referred to before, because I love all these people here in Birmingham. But, you know, a little bit later, you're going to see where they start hollering, "Fired up, Tommy, fired up." Well, Tommy does fired up in a few minutes, too.
All right, I'll tell you right now, though, you've been put to the canvas once again, and everybody is taking their shots at you. In essence, it's been 3 against 1.
Yes, sir, Gordon, and of course, you know better than anybody. You've seen Tommy Rich down, you've seen Tommy Rich not get up on occasions, but sometimes when you thought Tommy Rich wasn't going to get up, Tommy Rich got up.
It's that great second efforts that made you the kind of man you are and the kind of champion that you've been, and now, of course, you are firing yourself back up. You're back on your feet. Again, you're still facing the same problem of 3 opponents instead of 2, and your tag team partner hasn't been doing much about tagging in.
Oh, well, no, sir, Gordon. You can see every time I go to tag him, he's got that short arm-itis. He don't want to tag, you know. I don't know what his deal was, whether he thought he was going to split $20,000 with them 2 boys or what the thing was, but nevertheless, I'm standing here with the $20,000. Mr. Clash is sitting back there without a dime. So that's what it amounts to. Mr. Clash, you want me, I'm right here. $20,000 richer.
All right, you caught him with a good mule kick coming off the ropes and firing away with a hard right hand. You got Ash rocking and rolling here. And now you catch him with an elbow. And again, coming back to your feet, and obviously you need to get over and tag up. Again, he's got that problem of trying to get that hand into the ring.
So right there, Gordon, you see, I got tired of it, fed up. He turned his back on me again. I drop kicked him in the back. They thought it was all over. You watch right here, and right here, the film is worth a million words. I can sit here and tell you what all happened. Right here, I kicked one, small package the other, 1, 2, 3. And right here I stand, world class, $20,000 richer. Birmingham, Alabama, baby!
All right, you picked up the 20,000. Now it's a 3-on-1 free-for-all. And, well, all I can say here, Tommy, is it takes a lot. All right, they grabbed the check here, tried to make off with it, and suddenly things start to change. But obviously the important thing is right now is that you do have that $20,000. I understand that he's very unhappy and complaining about what did happen, and that you've got a special answer for him.
Yes, sir, I sure do. But the special answer ain't got nothing to do with you, world class. Somebody say something about there's a boy claiming to be the Tennessee stud, got the big stars and everything. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Fuller. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee myself. They're liable to be a new stud on the block. As far as you, Mr. Class, being in your style, what I'm telling you is I'll put $10,000 of it up right now for a match with him. You tell him to bring himself on, but then if I beat him, you better be looking over your shoulder, so-called stud.
Injured list. It happened as a result of a sleeper hold that was applied by one Bob Armstrong. And with me right now is Jimmy Golden's cousin, of course, the Tennessee stud, Ron Fuller.
Well, Gordon, this is a deplorable act. I've never done anything to Bob Armstrong. Neither is Jimmy Golden. There's no reason for Bob Armstrong to jump Jimmy Golden when the match was over. The match was ended. We had already won. We were victorious. And you got it on videotape. I want to see it. Go ahead.
All right. I'll tell you what. Let's take a look right now what we're talking about. The match was indeed over. There was no question about that. And, of course, well, there are reasons aplenty why Bob Armstrong did what he did.
Well, as you can see here on this videotape, Jimmy Golden had Bob Armstrong go in there, and he's sneaking around and jumps on his back here and applies a choke hold. That's not a sleeper hold to begin with. It's nothing but a choke hold, and he chokes the man down. You can see it, Jimmy here trying to get the referee in there to break it up. It was the referee's job to break it up. The match was over. When the match is over, the man is supposed to leave his opponent alone and get out of the ring and leave the ring, and you can see what he's doing. Here, Jimmy's trying everything he can to get out of this sleeper hold, this choke hold, I should call it. And you can see him now collapsing down here. Jimmy Golden is my only blood relative that has any backbone. My brother has no backbone. Jimmy Golden has the only backbone in his family besides myself. And now he's in the hospital and has been for 3 days. He hasn't recovered from this. And no telling what's going to happen to him. And you can see these people out here have no respect for an injured man.
Well, Lord Humongous moves into the ring. Austin Idol moves into the ring. Bob Armstrong continues to hold that sleeper hold. This occurred, of course, in Montgomery, Alabama. I might point out that the sleeper hold is an exceptionally dangerous hold. And for any of you who are watching right now, this is something you shouldn't try. Don't try it on your friends or your neighbors or anything like that. It's a lethal hold, and certainly being evidenced here by the tremendous power that Bob Armstrong is putting on Jimmy Golden.
Well, you could see the man there, and now that's not a very pretty sight. Slobber running out of his mouth. You know, Jimmy Golden is a handsome man, and everybody knows he's a handsome man. To have slobber running out of his mouth like that, I know that'd be humiliating if Jimmy was able to watch this right now. And you can see once I came into the ring, they decided to get out of there because they knew that there was going to be retribution to pay Gordon Solie. Now you can see I'm trying to wake him up. Is that not Bob Armstrong's job to wake him up if he puts him to sleep?
According to the NWA rules and regulations, a man uses a sleeper hold, he must reawaken that man. Yes, sir.
Well, I noticed there that Bob Armstrong had left the ring. We had to carry Jimmy Golden out of the ring. He was taken to the hospital. It took him almost an hour and a half to recover from being in that sleeper hold. I don't like it a bit. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell all you rednecks something at the same time. I said Pork Chop Cash would be gone from this part of the country. And where is he, Gordon Solie?
He's gone.
He's gone. Now I'm going to tell you and every one of you out there that the next man to go will be Bob Armstrong. And When he's gone, it'll be Armstrong. When he's gone, it'll be Steve Armstrong. And when I'm finished here, I'm going to use my brain power and my body power, and I'm going to eliminate them from this part of the country, from any part of the wrestling country. I'm going to see to it that they're gone from wrestling for good. I got nothing else to say. Jimmy Golan, if you're listening to me, baby, I'm going to take care of business, and I'm going to do it for you, cuz.
Well, may I just say, in deference to the Tennessee stud and to Jimmy Golan, the NWA is investigating the situation with Bob Armstrong. The fact that he did fail to reawaken the man is not good at all. Eastern heavyweight wrestling champion, the exotic Adrian Street. We have a special on him that I think you're going to find very, very interesting. Let's go to the exotic Adrian Street.
What I could do to you. I can tear a telephone directory in two. Bending iron bars is something else that I can do. I always took my seat with the nearest good view. So imagine what I could do to you. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. You know if you resist it, you just wouldn't stand a chance. I can knock a hole right through a solid concrete wall. I can pull a tree out by its roots and that's not all. Now you know about me, you don't need a crystal ball to tell you just what I could do to you. I thought of something already. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. And you know if you resist it, you just wouldn't stand a chance. I can crush your heartbreak with one movement of my hand, and laugh while I reduce it to a dusty heap of sand. I got a splendid figure when I make my chest expand. So imagine what I could do to you.
Side at a combined weight of over 900 pounds. Here is the team of Ken Timms, Mr. Olympia, and Boomer H. Lynch. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents also will be making their way to the ringside area. They weigh in at a combined weight of over 862 pounds. Here is the team of Les Freeman, Roberto Soto, and Steve Armstrong. Six-man elimination tag. Roy George, your referee. When a man is pinned, he must retire to the dressing room.
All right. Six-man all-against-all elimination match. $5,000 to the winner. And that's coming up right now. Just imagine, 6 men and $5,000. Imagine, say, 15 or 16 and $25,000 on the line. You think they won't break some legs for 5? Imagine what they'll do for 25. All against all. And we're observing some tag team rules at this point in time. That time. Timms caught on the side headlock once again. Timms drops to the canvas. Good leapfrog and counter now. Counter now by Ken Timms. Timms with a high supply that time. Next week. Oh, wait a minute. Gut wrench salto. And Timms looking very good here. Foot on the rope. That forces the break. Next week, we will be seeing the exotic Adrian Street going up against Lady Maxine. The exotic Adrian Street against Lady Maxine. They will be accompanied at ringside, of course, by Miss Linda and Norvell Austin. Soto moves into the ring, and Timms staggered by Soto. Soto catches him high backdrop. Snapmare by Soto. Soto into the lateral press. Roy George, referee. Fine young official. Soto hurdled from the ring. Outside on that concrete, coming up a little bit slowly. Soto. Around the ring post. Beautiful cross body block. Timms eliminated. Timms complaining, but to no avail. Wait a minute. Steve Armstrong and Boomer H. Lynch squaring off outside the ring. All right, let's see who's coming in next. Okay, Mr. Olympia moving in. Olympia stepping in and out of the ring. Obvious here that he is trying to eat up as much time as possible. Steve Armstrong in there, ready to get into the fray. And they square off, and as we said, this is all against all. Doesn't make any difference. This is 6 men for 5,000. You'll be seeing some 16 men for 5,000, for 25,000 rather. Teamwork there. They were tagged. They were tagged. They've got to move in. All right, and all against all. They were tagged. They've got to move in. What kind of a match is this going to be, I wonder? Neither man very anxious to take on the other. This is pretty obvious. Look at this. Boy, you talk about a cutthroat. Mr. Olympia is indeed. And Lynch is some kind of mad about that. Mr. Olympia, who double-crossed the Bullet, now trying to explain his way out of this one. Yeah, cross is hard. Double cross is hard is what you mean. And Lynch retaliates. Boy, you talk about two sneaky Petes. These are indeed. Neither man will face the other man. Go behind his back. All right. Steve Armstrong squaring off now. Mr. Olympia in there. Remember, it's all against all. That's the important thing and the intriguing aspect. And now, the referee checking that mask. Apparently, nothing wrong with it at this point in time. They circle once again. Mr. Olympia watching his man. Steve Armstrong squaring up. They lock up collar and elbow in the center of the ring. Armstrong getting the side headlock, reaches in, makes a tag with Roberto Soto, and Mr. Olympia gets out, tags up with Boomer Lynch, and so it'll be Lynch moving the other one in. Mr. Olympia now moves in. And Soto fires back. Soto exposed to the midsection. Soto now catches him a ripping left hook and a roundhouse left that puts Mr. Olympia down. Soto catches him once again. Mr. Olympia wanting time. There are no timeouts. Roberto Soto. Rather, he dots the I's and crosses the T's. Only in this case, I think he crossed the eyes of Mr. Olympia. Something, looks like something may have transferred at that moment. Looks to me like something was passed from Boomer Lynch to Mr. Olympia.
Roberto Soto has been eliminated. Mr. Olympia has his choice of opponents.
Steve Armstrong now facing a very tough task indeed, because he will have no surcease. He's facing either Mr. Olympia or Boomer Lynch, with no one to back him up, no one to spell him any relief whatsoever. And again, Mr. Olympia doing something with that mask. And Mr. Olympia unusually anxious to get into this fray. Tag is made, and there's some double teaming here. Boomer Lynch now punished. Good alert cameraman caught that. And Olympia closing in on Armstrong once again. Armstrong taking the brunt of that headbutt. Has a lacerated head. And it appears the tag was made. And we've got a wild one going now. We got a 3 count. We got a 3 count.
Boomer Lynch is eliminated.
Boomer Lynch eliminated. Steve Armstrong after Mr. Olympia. Caught him. He caught him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Brother.
winner of the $5,000 elimination tag is Steve Armstrong.
Brother, you talk about a minor miracle. Steve Armstrong pulled it off.
My one's done, Jimmy.
On the day I was born, the nurses all gathered round. They gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up, said, leave this one alone. She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone.
They waste no time. There's the bell, and it's the Bullet after Mr. Olympia. The Bullet fires a hard right hand. The Bullet fires another right hand that staggers Mr. Olympia once again. The Bullet behind his man, getting the sleeper hold. Going for the sleeper, and it's Mr. Olympia. Ripping across the eyes of the Bullet. Ron West is the referee. Mr. Olympia dropped to the canvas. As I said, there's been a very special challenge made. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Irish whip off the ropes. Chop into the chest. Double thrust into the throat by the Bullet. Mr. Olympia is down. Remember, somebody's mask is coming off. High knee lift on Mr. Olympia. Full body slam. And the Bullet looks good. Near fall. Near fall for the Bullet on Mr. Olympia. Remember, one of these masks will come off. I want to say a special hi to Keith and Kip Campbell. Keith and Kip Campbell. And also to Kevin Campbell. They watch us each week on Channel 36. Atlanta, GA, and my good friend Joe Pedicino. Mr. Olympia looking very strong right now. And it is Mr. Olympia has the Bullet in a lot of problems here. Almost had the pinfall. Olympia in behind his man, brings him up. Atomic knee drop. And the Bullet in trouble. Mr. Olympia looking very good indeed. Good move. Excellent move. He got him. He got him. That means the mask comes off of Mr. Olympia. He got him. And the thousands of people here at Boutwell Auditorium exploding into a frenzy of excitement. A devastating roar throughout the crowd. Mr. Olympia has been defeated. That mask must come off. And so the Bullet keeps his mask and keeps his identity a secret. Olympia saying no, he doesn't want to. Referee Ron West saying, yes, sir, take it off. Wait a minute. Ron West hurdled to one side. Mr. Olympia comes out. He's caught by the bullet. And the bullet's after the mask now. There's Robert Fuller out there. Robert Fuller climbing in there with a bullet. The bullet connects with a hard right hand. Mr. Olympia moves in, and the bullet catches him, but now Mr. Olympia catches him at the belt line. No, sir. The bullet has him down, and he's up to the mask. He is up to the mask. He is after that mask, trying desperately to get that mask off of Mr. Olympia. He's got it off. Who was it? Let's get a look at Mr. Olympia if we can. No question about it. There you see him. And now we've got carnage in the ring. We have absolute carnage in the ring now. Luscious Robert. Well, I can see why Olympia wore a mask. So the bullet retains his mask. The bullet keeps his mask. Mr. Olympia loses his. And let's see if we can get some kind of official word.
The winner of the fall and the match, and still unmasked, is the Bullet!
Well, let's see if we can get a look once again at Mr. Olympia as that mask came off. And we finally got a look at him to see who he was.
4118.
Luscious Robert, Boomer H. Lynch, and
Look at this face! Hey! Armstrong, you ain't won the battle! I ain't gotta go nowhere! Nowhere do I have to go! I can stay right here and kick your butt as long as I want to! You still owe me $20,000, and I will get it! That's right, he's talking I quit! He wants an I quit match! He wants the first time ever! Tag I quit! I don't quit nothing! This bum never quit nothing in his life! You're asking for trouble, brother, and you're gonna get the bloody trouble! I promise you that!
Well, let's go to the ring and hear what the Bullet has to say.
Bullet, here's the trophy right there.
Can I get an amen? Now you talking, Mr. Olympia and Luscious Robert Fuller, about kicking everybody's butt. When you get to the Bullet's butt, you come to a screeching halt because you don't pack the gear. Now you talk about I quit match. I'm glad you have guts enough. Tag team I quit because I'm going to hurt you till I hear you say uncle. I hear you say calf rope. I hear you say submit or I quit. Hey,
Gordon.
it's driving me crazy, man. You're driving me crazy. I'll take care of you now. Let's do it now. Let's do it now.
Let's see if they'll take the match. That's going to be an interesting situation indeed. An I Quit match, the first time in the history of Continental Wrestling.
Entering the ring at 317 pounds from Dallas, Georgia, here is Ray Traylor. And ladies and gentlemen, making his way to ringside, he is the Alabama heavyweight champion. He weighs in at 227 pounds. Here is Roberto Soto. Your referee, Roy George, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit.
Roberto Soto, the Alabama heavyweight champion, in the ring now. Roy George, the referee, passing the Alabama heavyweight championship belt outside the ring. This fellow Traylor, Ray Traylor, side of Atlanta, Georgia. Big man. Over 300 pounds. And it was a quick spin under takedown by Soto. They lock up, collar and elbow. A side headlock now by Soto. They're into the ring ropes. Trailer fires him off. Soto catches him a good shoulder smash. Drops him to the canvas. Brother, this trailer is big and rough looking. Beautiful drop toe hold by Soto. Started to key lock the arm and then came back with a hammerlock. Trailer with a very impressive amateur background. Big, rugged man. Collar and elbow once again. Side headlock by Soto. Into a hip lock takedown by Soto. Well executed. Soto, the Alabama heavyweight champion out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. One fall match. Forearm, another forearm. That one took its toll on Roberto Soto. You can't get hit by a man who's over 300 pounds like Trailer without having some effects on it. Notice the way Soto had to reach up to get that side headlock, delivered a quick left hand. Once again, they lock up, and once again, it's Soto ahead of his man. Full arm dragon twist. Keeps the full arm dragon twist.
Gentlemen, a special stipulation on this opening event of Continental Championship Wrestling. Introducing first, the master of the bullwhip. Ladies and gentlemen, this match, the loser leaves town. That means he leaves the Continental Championship area for at least 6 months. First of all, let me introduce Dirty Dutch Mantell. Dutch Mantell. Now we're waiting the arrival of his opponent. Remember, loser leaves town in this one. Stand by. Here comes the Bullet. The Bullet.
Okay, the Bullet moving into the ring. Getting set to move out against Dutch Mantell, the master of the bullwhip. Remember, this is loser leaves. The Bullet eyeing his man carefully. Slides through the ring ropes. Now Mantell removing his jacket. Referee calls for the bell, and this match is on. Mantell stalking his man, watching him carefully. Closes in. Very quickly gets a full arm drag and twist. Reversal by the Bullet. Mantell got some extra leverage that time. Uncorked a hard right hand to the side of the head. And a test of strength between these two. A lot riding on this match for both men. And Mantell beginning to take every shortcut possible. Keeping the advantage position right here. That arm drag and twist on the Bullet. Now the Bullet clamps down. Bullet trying to reverse if he can. And again. It appears that Mantell may have got some extra leverage. An argument ensuing here now. And the Bullet's in behind his man. Almost had a pinfall. Almost had a pinfall on Mantell. Better pay attention to the Bullet and forget about the referee. And again, Mantell caught from behind. Mantell barely powered out again. Mantell going into his face for something. Mantell is about as sneaky as they come. Mantell circling the ring, the Bullet watching him carefully. The way Mantell had that thumb in the eye of the Bullet. Good block by the Bullet, caught him with a good solid right hand. That dropped Mantell to the canvas. Remember, this is a loser leaves town match. Referee Roy George questioning Dutch Mantell. Him again. Mantell doing a bit of sleight of hand here. The Bullet fires back, caught him with a hard right hand, an Irish whip off the ropes, and the Bullet was set. Mantell caught those ropes at the last moment. Mantell protesting his innocence. Mantell allowing himself to be searched again. But he keeps moving whatever that is, keeps moving it around. Once again, they lock up. It's the Mantell Bull back into the far turnbuckle. Mantell scoring effectively with a hard right hand. Mantell drives the knee into the thoracic region of the back. Now ripping away at that mask. Clubbing blow to the top of the head. Sledgehammer between the shoulder blades. Him once again, and the Bullet in trouble. And it's the Bullet being hurdled from the ring. Mantell right out of the ring after it. And it was the Bullet smashed into the timer's table. Mantell punishing the Bullet outside the ring, and the referee starts the count. the Bullet back into the ring now. Mantell right after him. Mantell jamming the Bullet into that, and looked like he was going for the bull rope. The Bullet in trouble. Mantell has things going his way. Mantell brings him up a full body slam. Lateral press. He powers out. Mantell, the flat of the foot to the back. Going for the abdominal stretch. Standing guillotine. Well executed by Dutch Mantell. If he can drop that to a lateral, he might get a pinfall. Getting some extra leverage there, grabbing the mask. Well, the Bullet's in trouble. The Bullet in a lot of trouble now. The Bullet makes it to the ropes and forces the break in Mantell. Lets loose with a barrage of kicks. Catching him in those quadriceps femoris muscles. Now it's Mantell. Unloading some heavy artillery. Off the ropes, and it's the Bullet catching him. Got him right over the heart that time, and that stunned him and put him to the canvas. Mantell outside the ring, and the Bullet follows him out. The Bullet catches him once again. The Bullet explodes with a hard right hand to the side of the jaw. And the Bullet standing tall and standing proud at this moment. Mantell trying to get back into that ring, does so, and now wants the Bullet to back off. And the Bullet obliges with a boot to the midsection, one to the chop to the throat. Referee knocked to one side. And now the Bullet catching it. The Bullet now pounding away. Wait a minute. Jerry Stubbs just charged the ring. Jerry Stubbs just charged. And now they're 2-on-1 on the Bullet. The Bullet ducks away. The Bullet catches him with a double lariat. A double lariat. He uncorks a hard right hand, and that one came from the backyard. Jerry Stubbs. Mantell had something in his hand. Powder or something. And the Bullet is down. Trying to get the referee back into the ring. Pinfall. The Bullet got the pinfall. And that's all she wrote for Dutch Mantell. He has lost the loser leaves down match. And the Bullet still reigns supreme as the thousands and thousands of people here at the auditorium going absolutely berserk as the Bullet has proven his point. He has crossed another threshold. He has climbed another mountain. And Dutch Mantell, you can color him gone. Well, we...
Strong. And they're the three idiot sons that you have wrestling, and they look up to the Bullet. Bullet Bob. You see, Bob, having any kind of weakness lures you in for a fall. And as I was saying, in Bangkok, the city of night, when someone is dying of a terminal illness, when they have their last hours, when they're being eaten away inside from all the maladies in Asia, whether it be the Black Plague itself, or cancer, or something that can't be cured. See, the head doctor of the town comes, and he may be laying out the patient and feeling real bad, and the bile is burning a hole in his stomach, and his children may be weeping. All of his children, his sons, you understand, Bob? His sons may be weeping, and he may feel real bad and real down. But the doctor comes in, and the doctor looks at him and says, everything's all right. Everything's going to be okay. And as the doctor's saying this, they're building the funeral pyre to bury him and to burn his body the next day. And usually, when the sun rises over Bangkok, the next morning, he's ready for the worms. For the last thing that he'll do is feed the worms. And usually, his sons carry that carcass out and lay it on the funeral pyre to burn, or to be fed to the worms or the vultures. So, Bob, Bullet, if you may, you see, the errand boys are gone. The errand boys aren't coming anymore. The assassin is coming. I've been paid to do something, Bob Armstrong. There's no purity here. So talk. We've talked enough, Bob Armstrong. Because talk is for lovers. And believe me and you aren't going to make love. We're going to make war.
15-minute time limit. Your referee is C. Ronald West this evening. Also, your timekeeper is Steve Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, at a weight of 270 pounds, here's Mike Headley. Mike Headley. His team partner at 280 pounds, Larry Wright. Larry Wright. That gives them a combined weight, 555 pounds. Here come their opponents. Here's the music. Ladies and gentlemen, led by their manager, the intern, here are Wildfire Tommy Rich and Steve Armstrong, Richard Armstrong. 1 fall, 15.
One fall, the referee calls for the bell. Back to live action here on Continental Championship Wrestling. Wright and Headley against Steve Armstrong and Tommy Wildfire Rich. Headley firing back to Steve Armstrong, just fired back. Tommy Rich hangs up. Full arm drag and twist, and then an elbow to the biceps and triceps. Cracks that knee down upon that same arm. They're doing a lot of punishment. Watch Larry Wright starting to slide back into the ring. These two, Wright and Headley, a pair of super heavyweights. Steve Armstrong keeping the pressure on him. Remember this match, 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Armstrong and Tommy Rich giving away about, I'm going to say, close to 100 pounds collectively. Headley brought over to the ropes. Tag is made. Tommy Wildfire Rich, former NWA World Champion. And the intern lending a little helping hand. Tommy Rich continues to punish that arm of Headley. They keep top pressure on all the way. Against those ropes. Good block by Rich. He fires back. And that's on Larry Wright. Good drop toe hold by Tommy Rich, but Wright makes it to the ring ropes. Forces the break. Good move on the part of Rich, however. Once again, the tag is made. Good lateral drop takedown that right back to his feet. Steve Armstrong circles this man. Moves out of that dangerous corner. Locks up with him once again. Look at this. He brought up 285 pounds. Full body slam brings him up again. Now into an arm drag takedown. Well, technically a spin on the takedown. Set and ready. Wright wants to go to Fifth City. Armstrong's ready for it. He connected with a roundhouse right. R-I-G-H-T, not W-R-I-G-H-T. Headley in there now. Big Mike Headley. Rips across the eyes. Wow. Catches Armstrong twice in the midsection. And it's Armstrong catching him very nicely. Headley in trouble now. Armstrong makes the tag. Tommy Wildfire Rich, vertical body block coming in. He gets the pinfall. He gets the pinfall. An outstanding victory for Tommy Wildfire Rich. And Steve Armstrong being congratulated by the intern outside the ring. And what a trio you've got there. Rich, the intern, and Steve Armstrong. Great war.
Ball with a 15-minute time limit from Mobile at 215 pounds. Here's Gene Williams. Gene Williams. His opponent, the reigning Continental Heavyweight Champion, tipping the scales at 241, Mr. Perfect, Jerry Stubbs. Jerry Stubbs, your referee, Roy George.
Jerry Stubbs getting set to move out against Gene Williams. Gene Williams comes with quite a reputation. A fiery young competitor. You see him, and he's anxious. He wants to get into this one. This is a tremendous test for him. Facing a man like Jerry Stubbs. Mr. Stubbs removing his chapeau, and as he does, the crowd reacts to, as they affectionately call him, Chrome Dome. Although he always tells them that grass does not grow on a busy street. Locked up, and Williams thrown off balance by Stubbs. Williams again thrown off balance by Stubbs, and so Williams going to have to change his approach. He's frustrated now. Brothers. Stubbs wasting no time now in punishing Williams. Full body slam, and so Williams has really not been able to move effectively at all. Well, it may just be that he's a bit overwhelmed with the kind of competition he's in against. Stubbs, of course, is the Continental champion. Brother. Young Gene Williams in a world of hurt. Stubbs in lateral press, but wasn't even worrying about it. Aha! Williams fires to the midsection on Stubbs. Double him over, catches him once again. And so Williams now getting it back together, connects on the Continental champion, drops into the canvas. And now Stubbs has gone berserk. Stubbs has gone berserk, and it is Williams outside the ring trying to figure out how he got there. Stubbs waiting for him at the ring ropes. Brings it. The brain buster. He got the 3 count. He got the 3 count using the brain buster. And so young Mr. Williams will have to go back to the drawing boards if you catch my drift on that one. He's got a lot to learn yet.
With a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first at a weight of 52 pounds. Here is White Lightning, and ladies and gentlemen, Tim Horner. Tim Horner. Entering the ring, here is Tim Horner's opponent at 228 pounds, accompanied by his manager, Miss Linda. Here is the exotic Adrian Street. Adrian Street. 1 fall 15.
Okay, 1 fall match. Tim Horner, U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion, going up against the exotic Adrian Street.
Let me tell you something, Gordon. I'm pretty upset about this. Now, I cannot return something that I do not have. And let me tell you what. You try to force that on me. Now, I don't want to have to do it. I don't want to have to pull in my political strings and my connections. But if I have to solely, I will.
Well, Mr. Roy Lee Welch is back again and still complaining about that U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship belt that has disappeared. Just hang in for a few moments, Mr. Welch, and we can discuss this perhaps a little bit further once this match gets underway. The exotic Adrian Street now being checked by the referee and being, well, getting some help in disrobing his outer garments by Miss Linda. Tim Horner paces back and forth rather impatiently. This should be quite a match.
Well, it's going to be quite a match. Let me tell you something. I don't look for that Horner to be able to handle Adrian Street. Adrian Street is quite a man. He's quite a wrestler. Horner is just one individual that I'm sorry to say, he rubs me the wrong way. I don't like the man, that's all there is to it. The guy has done nothing but lie to me. He's done nothing but steal from me and made me look bad. He doesn't respect the fact that I'm king of wrestling like most people do. I don't know, something's wrong with the boy.
Interesting observation from Roy Lee Welch as they square up now in the center of the ring, and it's the exotic Adrian Street skipping around a little bit, but don't let that fool you. The exotic Adrian Street is an exceptionally dangerous competitor. Somewhat reminiscent of the flamboyancy of the late gorgeous beautiful takedown by Tim Horner. Street complaining to the referee about something, and I don't know what it was, because that was as nice a takedown as I've seen in a long time. side headlock now by Horner has the Exotic One in trouble.
Well, you need to watch this monitor just a little bit closer. You'll notice Tim Horner, when he took Adrian over, he happened to pull his tights. Now, I saw it because I know what to watch out for. The man's done the very same thing to me. And if you watch real close when he takes the man over, watch him right now. He pulled his hair. See him pull his hair right there? Pulled his hair and took him over. Plain as day.
Well, it was a snap. Street with a takedown and trying to punish Horner. Horner slipping away from it. White Lightning back to his feet. And, well, he's after that bad eye, and an eye that you're certainly knowable.
Well, I certainly do. I'm the one that put it there, and that's something I'm very proud of. The man had no business being in my private dressing room, Gordon. The guy's very foolish.
Well, I won't deny the fact that it was a foolish move on the part of Tim Horner. But now the Exotic Adrian Street punishing him outside the ring. And again goes after that already injured eye, which is typical of any professional athlete, regardless of what sport they're in. If they know their opponent has a weak spot, they're going to go for it.
Well, that's true, Gordon. And you can't put the wrestler or any professional athlete down for that. He's out there to win this match. If a man has got a bad eye, something that the opponent can work on, well, why not? I mean, that's his weak point. Let's take advantage of it.
I see. You felt that same way when your leg was injured, I'm sure.
Well, it was a little bit different from my leg, Gordon, because my leg was giving me a lot of trouble.
I see. The Exotic Adrian Street putting the boots to Tim Horner outside the ring. Horner in a lot of trouble, and Street seemingly having things going all his way right now. Once again, pounds away at that already damaged eye.
Let me tell you something, Gordon. He's not giving Horner any mercy, and that's the way it should be. The man made a mistake by coming in my dressing room. I single-handedly handled that man, threw him out of the dressing room myself, did the damage to him that you see right now myself, and he's paying for it. He's paying for it right now. He's in pain. I love it.
Your ocular observations are much different than mine, Mr. Welch, and it is Horner again outside the ring and in trouble. And Street. Well, he's dangerous. There's no question about it. And now the referee warning Street. Wait a minute. Cheap shot by Miss Linda, and then Street catches him once again. Things are rapidly going from bad to worse here. Horner comes charging back into the ring. He has Street down, and now he's pulling Street outside the ring, and Horner explodes. Horner slamming Street into the ring apron. Horner coming back into the ring now. Charging after the Exotic Adrian Street, gets to some of the hard right hand.
Come on, Street, what are you doing?
Street in trouble here is Horner. Catches him with the back of the elbow. Street down to the canvas, and it is Horner after him again. So Horner, turning the tide of this battle, catches him with a good clubbing right hand. Street is down, and Horner continues to put the boots.
Well, I'm not putting up this way.
What do you mean you're not putting? Roy Lee, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Roy Lee Welch said something about he's not putting up with it. He suddenly left the podium here. Perfect drop kick by Tim Horner, U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion, going for a pinfall. And there comes Roy Lee Welch protesting. And Horner would like to have Roy Lee jump in there. Well, he's outside the ring. Meanwhile, Horner catches the Exotic Adrian Street. And as Street started to move in, it's Horner catching him. Street has him in a side headlock. Horner fired off the ropes. Tripped up by Roy Lee Welch, and it's the Exotic Adrian Street catching him. Roy Lee Welch is holding on to that leg. He was holding on to that leg. And so the Exotic Adrian Street picks up a real cheap victory on that. Whoa! Wait a minute. Horner catches up with Roy Lee. And now it's Street catching up with Horner once again. We've got a 2-on-1 situation here. And now they're both putting the boots to him. The exotic Adrian Street and Roy Lee Welch. Both of them putting the boots to Tim Horner. And it's Roy Lee Welch catching him from way up top of the ring rope. And they've got Tim Horner in a world of hurt, and they're catching him once again. A hard, ripping right hand. Wait a second. The Wildcat just hit the ring. The Wildcat just hit the ring. Wildcat Wendell Cooley catches the exotic Street. And now they booted them both out of the ring. We'll be back. We'll be back in just a moment.
I just got in the Continental area here recently. You know, I haven't lost a match yet. The Dirty White Boy, I think, baby, is going to be here for a long time. Man, I'm looking for a man with a microphone. People, look at me long and look at me hard. Everything I own, I got on my shoulder right now. A jacket, a bag, a towel, a hat, and shoe, baby, right with me. I ain't no sooner got in the Continental area than already it seems like I'm leaving. Baby, I'm hitting the Ankle Express, and I'm headed out of town because of one man, and that's the Bullet. Yeah, I come in here fully expecting to beat you, Bullet. But, hey, I got the secret, baby. I got the secret to you because you got the referees on your side, you got the promotion on your side, you got the fans on your side, you got the building coordinators and supervisors on your side. Everybody's on your side, Bullet. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm leaving right now. I bet I lost $10,000. I lost the lease on an apartment, to rent a car. I lost a lot of money. But I'm leaving. But, hey, don't you forget, Bullet, because by golly, I ain't going to forget, and you better be looking over your shoulder because I got a memory like an elephant. And I think back a lot. I think back 20 or 30 years ago, and I think what's happened here lately. You running me out of town, baby, I'm going to remember for a long time. You better be looking over your shoulder. I'm going to send you word right now because I might not even buy. I might buy a ticket and come in the building and sit in the skies because if God strikes me dead, the last thing I ever do, Bullet, I'm going to get you. Continue with the interview.
Well, match, one fall, a 60-minute time limit. Introducing the challenger from one of television's most famous families. Ladies and gentlemen, at 202 pounds, here is Scott Armstrong. Scott Armstrong. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Continental Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. At a weight of 240 pounds, he is affectionately known as Mr. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Stubbs. Jerry Stubbs. Your referee is Roy George. This is for the belt.
Okay, the title on the line now. Scott Armstrong moving out against Mr. Chrome Dome, as he is known by many people. Jerry Stubbs. One fall. Championship on the line. There you see him. Tell you one thing about Stubbs. He is one tremendous athlete, but he's facing a young man with great fire, great determination, and an athletic history that is unparalleled. Stubbs doing something that Scott could not do to him, and that's grabbing him by the hair on his head and taking him off guard and off balance. They lock up collar and elbow. Stubbs full arm drag and twist reversal by Scott Armstrong. Through the ring ropes. Side headlock now by Jerry Stubbs. Off the ropes. Good shoulder smash by Stubbs. Stubbs up and over his man. Scott Armstrong on a nice leapfrog. And he had that super kick ready. And Stubbs was aware of it and scoots from the ring. Stubbs taking his time. Scott Armstrong waiting patiently. He wants Stubbs back in the ring. Stubbs playing the waiting game now. Hip lock takedown into a head scissors by Scott Armstrong.
As he reversed on Stubbs very nicely, Stubbs utilizes the ring rope. That'll force the break. Stubbs eyeing his man a little more cautiously, perhaps. Scott Armstrong, eager but not foolish. Not stepping in foolishly. Hip lock takedown. And it's Stubbs getting the head scissors. Stubbs keeping the pressure on Scott Armstrong. Scott comes out of it. Side headlock into a hip lock takedown. Stubbs again. Getting some extra leverage that, as I said earlier, people can't do to Stubbs. Scott Armstrong trapped in that head scissors. Turning into his man. Let's see if he's able to headstand out of it. He does very nicely. Did not even have to headstand. Got the leverage working. Stubbs leaving the ring once again. So Stubbs getting outside the ring, thinking it over. As Scott Armstrong charged in, Stubbs caught him. Now a snap mare and then catches him the side of the jaw. So Stubbs, he's got the, he is the senior in experience, no question about that. Young Scott Armstrong having his problems now as Stubbs beginning to pull every trick he can out of the book. That time it was Scott Armstrong who was a step ahead of the Continental champion. Scott Armstrong connects with a hard right to the side of the jaw. Scott Armstrong, good chop into the throat. Irish whip into the ropes.
5 minutes gone by in the match. 5 minutes expired.
You heard it. 5 minutes has expired. Scott Armstrong, beautiful cross body block. 1, 2, no sir. Stubbs able to power out. Scott has him up, full body slam on Jerry Stubbs. Down across those pectoralis majors, then he hooks the far leg. And again, Stubbs barely able to power out before the count of 3. Scott Armstrong staggered him with that, and Scott Armstrong hurdles the referee to one side, and Jerry Stubbs really stretching a point that time. Cheap shot by Jerry Stubbs. Stubbs coming in with a chair. And what's he doing? Stubbs bringing Scott Armstrong up. Crashing him down. Atomic knee drop on that chair. And wait a minute. Wait a second. Brad Armstrong just hit the ring. And I do mean he hit the ring. Brad Armstrong hit the ring with everything that he had. And that cleared the ring in rather a hurry. Let's see if we can get an official word from our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the time of 6 minutes, 50 seconds, the winner is still the Continental Heavyweight Champion, Jerry Stubbs. Jerry Stubbs, the winner.
Well, joining me here at the desk now as they attend to
Scott Armstrong in the ring.
What I set out to do, I got rid of another Armstrong. Now, I don't know what you're doing back so soon. Maybe I didn't get it done quite so well. But I can tell you one thing, Brad Armstrong. You have stuck your nose where it don't belong for the last time. Now, here's what it boils down to. It's going to come a time that I've been waiting on, Brad Armstrong, to put you out permanently. That means for good, if you don't know what it means. Because, Brad, I'm sick and tired of you and your family sticking their nose where it don't belong. Now, I'm going to take care of you by myself, and I will get the job done this time.
The words of Jerry Stubbs. Back to you, Gordon.
You know, Gordon, what makes me sick to my stomach, and I am fed up to here with it, is somebody like Jerry Stubbs deliberately trying to injure a person, throwing wrestling and the rules out the window. You didn't even try to beat Scott. You just wanted to hurt him deliberately. Well, what you didn't plan on was battling Brad to be here tonight, and I can guarantee you one thing, brother. I'm 220 pounds, and I'm completely healthy.
The Bullet.
On the day I was born, the little dog got around. They gazed to the wide window at the door they had found. The headless spoke up, the leaves were alone. I tell right away that I was bad as the bone, bad as the bone, bad as the bone, bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, weighing 247 pounds, from Singapore, better known in wrestling now as the Mystic, here is Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan approaching the ring, and he is in a hurry. All right, Kevin Sullivan, 200. And what it... He caught the bullet coming in. Caught the bullet with something coming in, and he's got the bullet in a lot of trouble. And yes, some sort of fluid or something all over the bullet. And obviously it's gotten into his eyes. The bullet must be partially blinded. And the bullet goes for the figure 4 leg lock. The bullet, operating by Braille, if you will, got the figure 4 leg lock. He went back to the basics. Wait a minute. Robert Fuller just charged in the ring. Robert Fuller just charged inside. And we've got total chaos and bedlam here as both Kevin Sullivan and Robert Fuller trying to make good the promise of the Tennessee Stud to rid this area of Bullet Bob Armstrong. Hold on a minute. Bam Bam Blanton just hit the ring. Bam Bam Blanton just hit the ring. They're still after the bullet. The referee struck by Devin Sullivan. Blanton in trouble. We've got to get some kind of order restored in there. Hold on. Hold on. Reinforcements are coming. They've cleared the ring. Tim Horner just charged in there and cleared the ring. And we'll be back. We'll be back in a moment when we get order restored. Feud from your phone.
Some kind of fluid. It was the bile of Asia. You see, when I was laying with the lepers and dreaming sweet dreams on the pipe, they came to me and said, the bullet has to go. And when I was with the lady in the third eye and the full moon was shining in the windows and the jackals were howling, she said, the bullet has to go. Termination is forever. You see, his brother, the Tennessee Stud, Oh, the Tim Horner. Tim Horner. You were nothing but an errand boy. You were not a general. And you were paid because accidents can happen anytime. You know what I mean? Good. I didn't need the greatest guy, Gordon. Listen, Bullet, I waited my turn. I waited patiently, baby. But I'm waiting no more.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's go to the ring and find out what they have to say in there.
Thank you, Gordon. We've got the Bullet here. We got Tim Horner. Thank you for your help, Tim.
Let me tell you something. You know, ever since I've been here, stud stable's been running in bunches. Ain't none of them got guts enough to come out here one-on-one. But I'll tell you what, anytime Bullet needs my help, you damn better believe I'm going to be here.
All right. How about it, Bullet? I just want to tell Kevin Sullivan this. He's supposed to be the midget. He's talking about laying with the leopard. Well, I'm going to lay you down, all right, buddy. You may spray paint on folks and try to take a lot of advantage. That's fine. But, brother, the Bullet's seen him come and go, and I am definitely bad to the bone, and you're going to find out the reason why. No, he's got it wrong, Gordon.
Back to you.
You're going to have bad bones, boy. You're not bad to the bone. When I get through with you, you're going to have bad bones. Do you understand me?
We're going to find out our time is gone.
Time limit, 1 fall 15. Introducing a man known as the Dirty White Boy. Here is Tony Anthony. Tony Anthony. Tony's in at 235 pounds. His opponent, known as the Thumper, at 230 pounds. Here's Frankie Lancaster. Your referee is Ron West. 1 fall 15.
All right, and so the Dirty White Boy getting set to go up against Frank Lancaster. And it's referee C. Ronald West calling for the bell. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Good standing reverse by Lancaster, rolling reverse into a saddle block, but it was the Dirty White Boy slipping away from it. Lancaster in the powder blue trunks. Dirty White Boy in black. Again, they lock up, and it's Lancaster getting the side headlock. Back up against the ropes, fires him off. Lancaster up and over his man. Lancaster caught with a high hip toss, but Lancaster breaks it up. Back on his feet, a good spin under takedown. Into a lower armbar. Notice the way he's got the inside of the wrist imprisoned. Let's see what Mr. Anthony does with this one. The Thumper is an outstanding wrestler. Dirty White Boy takes him up, puts him on the... oh, brother. You talk about an open insult, but he accomplished what he wanted. Slap on the face. Lancaster made a mistake, and the Dirty White Boy is quick to close in on it. Lancaster staggered down to one knee, hurt again. Dirty White Boy catches him. Side drop kick. Takes Lancaster off his feet once again. Plants a boot to the thoracic area of the back of... and then a back of the elbow to the base of the skull of Frank Lancaster. Thumper could be in trouble here. And a boot into the chest of the Thumper. One into the side of the rib cage. And so the Dirty White Boy seems to have... caught him. Headbutt. And Lancaster was seeing more than the stars on the bottom of the ring. Dirty White Boy crashes down again, catches him across the chin. Lateral press. Lancaster powers out before the count, however. And again, it's the Dirty White Boy. The Dirty White Boy is varying his attack, coming toward all parts of the body. As him up, atomic knee drop. Lancaster. That jolts that spinal column. Those 33 vertebrae
get jammed, there's no question about it. Now, sort of a camel clutch, if you will. Really a two-handed rear chin lock, but pressing the weight of the gluteus maximus down on the lumbar region of the back of Frank Lancaster, putting a definite strain once again on the spinal column. In short, he's putting a lot of pain on the thumper. Keeping the pressure on him.
5 minutes gone by in the match.
Remember, this match is one fall. 15 minutes. You just heard the ring announcer make the announcement. 5 minutes has elapsed. 10 minutes remaining. And the Dirty White Boy has things, at least at this point in time, well under control. Lancaster now trying to hook the legs of the Dirty White Boy. If he can get the right kind, he did. He got the right kind of momentum going. Lancaster jammed the Dirty White Boy into the turnbuckle, but the Dirty White Boy right back after him. Snap mare. He misses as Lancaster rolls to one side. Lancaster coming up slowly, as is the Dirty White Boy right now. Lancaster catches him in now. Lancaster firing back. High backdrop by Frank Lancaster. The thumper getting some good second wind here. Charges after his man as the Dirty White Boy halfway across the ring. Lancaster, cross body block, perfectly executed. Anthony powers away from it once again. Brings him up, full body slam. Lancaster going up on that second rope. Tried to come down across the body, but the Dirty White Boy brought those knees up just in time, caught him right in the pit of the stomach. Lancaster coming up slowly. Dirty White Boy waiting. Caught him with a lariat coming off the ropes. Got the pinfall. He got the pinfall. And so the Dirty White Boy scores an impressive win over Frank the Thumper Lancaster. For the official word, here's our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 7 minutes and 14 seconds, your winner, the Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony. Tony Anthony, the winner.